Okay, now we're going to talk about the brush tool. I use this quite a lot. So we're going to click on the brush tool and you will see that we've got these different settings up here. This will give you all your brushes. You'll find that there's some pre-selected brushes. You can actually get more brushes by clicking here as well. You can even save your own brushes for reuse later, which is very handy. Now, if you've not logged in and created a free account, I'm not sure you can actually do that or define new brushes. So it's best to log in. But you can save it. That saves a file on your computer, and every time you want to load that, you can simply go clear. It clears all these brushes. So just do that. There, and then you load your set. It would, because if you leave all the brushes there, when you load your set, it'll just append them to the end of the existing brush, and you could have but too many brushes all over here. If you reset any time, of course, it will put back the normal default brushes, which are these. So it's just, it's also hard to scatter diffuse. You can try these different ones. I tend not to really use them much, but experiment with them. That's the way. You can change the opacity, so how much you can see through it or how hard it is. Okay, you can change that. It's quite handy for certain things as well. So we're just going to click on here. I'm just going to pick something. So say, you can add circles or squares really quickly, or these shapes really quickly. It'll give you set sizes for each of these. As you can see, it's quite small. If I move it there, you can see the size of the square, but you can change the size. So of course there's a maximum size you can get on here, but don't forget you can resize what you get. So see, it's quite large. So to add a quick square on your screen, you can do that. Now what you'll see, of course, it doesn't put it on a new layer. It actually paints it onto the layer you're working on. So we're going to undo that. I tend to recommend using different layers for different objects because it allows you to move them independently, manipulate them independently, and so on. So if you click that there, say we chose this color red, just do another one. Again, I'm going to put this on an independent level. So add that one there. Do green. How I'm doing this, by the way, is this option here, which is new layer. Click that and it puts a layer above the one that you're on before. You can remove layer by doing that. And if I wanted a layer to appear here, I could click there, it would appear there, or I can actually move it around as well if I want to. So I'll have it at the top. So green, so you can put a green box here like that. And that means now if you go to the move tool, you can move these independently around depending on which layer you're on, or move them around different orders. So that's something you can use. You can resize it, of course, by going to edit, transform, or if you wish, on that, or distort as well. So you could click on that and sort of make some changes that way. If you want to create some sort of effects on it, sort of have it sort of 3D effect, if you like. So that's that bit. You can also use brushes for blending images in. And you can see this here is how it sort of hasn't got a straight edge. It sort of fades into the white background. It's quite a good effect. I could do the same with a circular image. I could blend it in so it looks as if it's just appearing from the background. It blends in. It looks much better than just a straight edge. Well, you can use brushes for that. And so I tend to pick this sort of brush here for blending because it's a softer blend. So it's sort of like, it doesn't like just put a big circle on a square, and like we saw with squares, it would just like mist it in. So say we choose that one there, you can say adjust the size there if you want to a little bit bigger. So say we would choose the color we want to blend, so usually that would be the background image. So click on the background would guarantee that color. Make sure, of course, you're selecting the layer, which is this one, and you just simply just click on there. That's probably a bit too hard, so I'll undo that. So we would click, maybe reduce the opacity around about half usually would be enough, because it's already blended this, of course, but a bit more blending. So I clicked on that, and just a little bit there. Okay, as you can see, it sort of blends it in. Okay, do the same at the bottom. So let's do that there. As you can see, the effect is quite good. Okay, it sort of blends it in with the background, and that's how you can use brushes for that with great effect. You can also use brushes for images. Use an image and define brushes. I'm going to show you the define brushes, so you can make your own brushes and save that set on your computer for reuse another time, for reuse in other images. So if you could say on images, you could look for, say, an arrow, for example. Click that image there. This is how you would define a brush. You need to select it and then define it. So click view image to go to the URL and select the address. You can bring it in as a layer, so open URL as layers, just click OK there, and there we have it. Still got the brush actually selected. You don't need to select the brush, it can be anywhere. And then what you need to do first though is select that as what you want to define. So you need to select that first. Now with this, probably if I select pixels, yeah, that's a transparent image. In fact, if we look at the end of this, yep, it ends with .png, which means it's this background is invisible. If it wasn't invisible, when I selected select pixels, it would have selected a square around it. That's quite handy actually, for if you can get transparent backgrounds for things simple like this sort of thing, all to the good. So with that selected, you can now edit and click define brush, which is this one down the bottom, and it says brush defined. Now, so deselect. It's good practice. So say we're on this level and we wanted to brush it in. Remember, it just brushes it on that level. So if we click on brushes, we will see our new brush appended to the end. So there it is. We could adjust the size if we wanted to, or we can make smaller, or whatever it is we want to do. Okay, so just click that. So just click that. You would choose the color. So at the minute it's white, so it's going to put on the whatever color. So I'm just going to pick, say, I don't know, say a nice blue. If I was to click that there, as you can see, click it again, put it there. I could adjust the size. That's opacity actually is quite low. I forgot to adjust that from the blending in, so it's harder. There we are. So remember, it's lighter and harder because it's more there. So you can then adjust the size. This is a really quick way of using different images because you can create your own little pictures. You can actually, any picture you want, really. And also photographic as well. This is a photographic picture here of rain. So just an example, I'm just going to get that one and bring that in. So I'm just going to remove this layer altogether. So we're just going to import that image from the URL. Okay, it's not copied it correctly, so I'll just try that again. Okay, seems to be doing anything I want it to do today. There we are, finally. And there we are. Just make it a little bit bigger perhaps. So, okay, maybe, right. There we are. So just click that and make that a bit, oops, it's turned it around a little bit there. Didn't mean to do that. So say you could make it as big as your cover if you want, or whatever you want to do there. So clear outside, save. And remember to select it before you define the brush. So select pixels, we'll do it. I'll select that layer. It's taking a while because it is quite large. I'll just click out of brushes a moment. Edit define brush. And there we are. It says brush define for a moment. Remove this layer. Remember, brushes brush on the layer, don't create new ones. Go to brush. If you click on brushes, we should see, yeah, there it is. If you click that, it will come in here and we can paste it, and it'll put it in as the color you've chosen over here. So put a color, so say you could do blue if you want, or green even. Click it there. I'm not going to turn too much, but you could have that. Oops, so we've got the pixels to area just selected there, so I'll deselect that. So you can just simply go there. It takes a while because it's quite large, and there we are. Just come out of that, and you can actually move that around or wherever on the screen. Okay. Now you might be saying, well, yeah, but why do I need to do that? Well, it's quite handy because that's blue. That's all blue, but say you had you could have a picture with many different colors in it. but you don't want that for the effect of your book. You want to blend it into your green background, for example, and the image has got green, red and blues and all that. So it's a photograph. What you could do is you just simply bring that image in, define it as a brush, and then you could choose the color that you want it to be, and it would bring that picture in all as one color. And it's very, very good if you want to do things like blending into your background, you know. So, you know, it's just real quick here. So say we to make that smaller again. So, you know, let's make it, say, I'll stretch it across even there, like that. So, yeah, let me just do that one. Yes, make sure on the layer. So remember we said about blending, so here's an example of such. Click that. It's already on quite a large size, or maybe a little bit bigger than that. That should be probably more than big enough, just maybe around about there. There we are. So just click up here, make sure we've got white, which I haven't. Select our background, that's what you should do. Make sure you get the exact color. It is white as it happens, but opacity 100, you start with that just to get rid of the bit at the top. It's a bit slow as I'm trying to drag the mouse. Okay, let's do that bit there. The same with this. Oops. Okay, so slightly off the screen, so maybe lower that down a bit then. Okay, so there we are. Blend that in. Okay. Okay, so you know, I'm not doing it too carefully there, but you can blend it in like that, you know, and change it down to say half, and then just do the same again, just a little bit, smidgen more into there. Okay. Maybe a little bit lower opacity than that. Say down to about there. And then just to lighten it a little bit there. Okay, so it just takes away that straight edge. I'm just showing this as a quick example here. I didn't see there, it's got the square edge there. So it's not dark enough there, you see. What you could do is say darken it to there first, and then just put that, say, right up to the top, and then come in here and then do that like so. Same with that. As you can see, it gives you that blending effect. So brushes are really good, but the really cool thing about this is that you can, whatever image you want, or a text, lettering, you can look for special letters and characters, whatever, something you like, define it as a brush. And if you want it something you really like, you want to keep using it over and over again, you can define it as a brush, or select it and define it as a brush. Or you can create a whole new image by a collage of different things from the web, and put them all on here, and then select them all and make that a brush. And so it really allows you to do some really good things. I'll show you more of this when we're doing the example.